Hello, my name is Sophia Mavridis, a market analyst on behalf of Bell Potter. Joining us here today is Marc Voigt, Executive Director and CEO of ASX and Nasdaq listed global biotechnology company Immutep. Their ticker code is IMM. Immutep is a leading developer of autoimmune and cancer immunotherapy treatments. Marc, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
For those who aren't aware of your immunology business, give us an introduction to Immutep.
Yeah, Immutep is a biotech company. We're active in immuno-oncology as well as in autoimmune diseases. We are globally active, meaning we have our headquarters here in Sydney and then subsidiaries in Germany, France, and the United States. And we are leading in terms of lymphocyte activation gene 3. It's an immune checkpoint, which has been getting a lot of attention lately. And we have more programs than anyone else regarding that specific immune checkpoint.
Immutep is in the late stage clinical trials for your lead product, FD. Now, recently, FD received supportive feedback from the US Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. Tell us more about FD and what the FDA's feedback means for your business.
Yeah, indeed. FD is a later stage drug. It's an immune modulator, so we provide the immune system with a push. We have it in different clinical trials, and you are referring in terms of the FDA feedback to metastatic breast cancer, where we had a trial readout in November last year at the SITC. It's a big conference in the States. And we are now in process of designing a phase 3 clinical trial, so a registration clinical trial, which could lead to approval of the drug. And it's a rigorous process where we discuss with the EMA, so the European Union's competent authority, the FDA, as well as with our clinical advisory board, other KOLs, in order to come up with the right clinical trial design. And with the FDA, we had a very constructive dialogue, and we will now merge the different perspectives together from EMA, FDA, all the different other things. And we will also present additional data. Beginning of May, we press released that recently. So at the ESMO Breast Cancer Conference in Berlin in Germany, we are going to see additional data from the study I've been mentioning earlier on.
So Immutep is actively involved in collaborations with other leading pharmaceutical companies on a global scale. So what are some collaborations that you're currently working with, or any collaborations that are coming up in the future?
Indeed, we are working with a variety of big pharma names, and we have different types of collaboration agreements. So, for instance, clinical trial collaboration and supply agreements with Merck US, with German Merck, with Pfizer, with different other companies. And we have also licensing arrangements, so exclusive worldwide licensing arrangements where we out-license 2 of our approaches, one to Novartis, the other one to GlaxoSmithKline. So to work with your customer, and for a biotech, very often the big pharmaceutical industry is a customer, the natural customer, because they can commercialize drugs in a very professional way, is something which you should incorporate into your plans. You should gather the feedback and you should team up with your customer. And this is what we did multiple times. And indeed, you can maybe expect some more from us in the future, especially alongside the data publications we plan for this year and the coming years.
Immutep has a few clinical trials currently running. Tell us about 1 or 2 and how do you believe they will impact the pharmaceutical industry?
Yeah, indeed. We have different clinical trials. That is important. Clinical trials are scientific experiments, and you should have multiple experiments running. We have been to date very successful with the readouts of those experiments. We are going to see in the short term more data, beginning of April, end of March, for the ESMO Lung Cancer Conference in Prague, now entirely virtual. We are going to see data from the so-called TACTI-002 trial we do together with Merck. So they have obviously a natural interest in what we are doing. We are collaborating. We are going to see more data in first-line non-small cell lung cancer. We publicly said we are going to present it at an upcoming major medical conference in first half of this year. So there are different clinical trials. I believe, frankly speaking, all of them are exciting. All of them have different indications or different combinations. And the data needs to tell where to steer to and what to prioritize in the future.
And let's finish with some upcoming catalysts for your business and anything else that you would like to add about Immutep.
Yeah, first of all, the biotech markets have been difficult in the past few months. I think we all know the geopolitical tensions, crisis, wars going on. We know the inflation debate. The macroeconomic environment hasn't been too friendly for biotech as such. So meaning the quality filter gets tighter. This is something where we can deliver. There are upcoming catalysts. This is important. So we have data end of March, beginning of April in second-line non-small cell lung cancer. The expectation, it's called PDX refractory, would be 0. So if we see more than 0, that would be good. Let's see what we can show. Then we have data coming in breast cancer, additional data to what we published in November last year. Then we have data coming in first-line non-small cell lung cancer, kind of crown jewel in immuno-oncology, a very big indication, high unmet medical need. We will have manufacturing updates. It's important that you also go to commercial scale. It's drug development addressed not only clinically, also from a commercial point of view, regulatory point of view, and certain market access elements. And this is where we have to deliver. There we will have, I believe, news in some of the different categories. And I believe this is relevant for the pharmaceutical industry, especially as it comes now with the validation of LAG-3 from Bristol Myers Squibb and the LAG-3 MHC class 2 interaction, as well as a commercial breakthrough for LAG-3 now in 2022.
Very interesting insights, Marc. Marc Voigt, Executive Director and CEO of Immutep. Marc, thank you very much for joining us here today.
Thank you so much.
And for your information, Immutep is rated as a speculative buy by Bell Potter with a 60-cent price target. And for more, head to Bell Potter's website or speak with your financial advisor.